It's a grand name, multiple universes. We cannot grasp even one universe. So how can we grasp that there are endless universes? And in those endless universes, there are people or characters that we can identify as us in different circumstances. It's beyond the mind to try and comprehend this truth, but it is true. In this very moment, doesn't matter what your story is, you are also endless possibilities expressing themselves in endless ways. And it's so vast and rich, it becomes nothingness. When we say multiple universes, I don't mean that there is a universe in which we live now. This is our universe, this is planet Earth, and this is the sun, and this is a universe. And alongside it, you know, just if you look around, you take the binoculars and you look and you see other universes, endless universes that exist alongside this universe, which is us, our universe. This is a misconception, because if you think about multiple universes that way, it doesn't make any sense. It cannot make any sense. That there are universes and they have sheer existence and matter and time, and they just exist somewhere in the neighborhood of this particular universe, and we are in this particular universe, and we cannot experience the others because they are far or distant, though they are acting simultaneously in this concept, the parallel universes. Like we are now in this universe, and now there is another universe that we cannot perceive, and things are happening in this universe also. But it's very important to understand one simple thing. We are not in any kind of universe. So there can be no multiple universes. This is truth. This is what is. We are not a character in one universe to which there are endless versions of us. So it's like a paradox, because saying that multiple universes do not exist because our universe does not exist is true. The main concept is that multiple universes exist because we can perceive our universe. So this is the starting point. This is our viewpoint. We know that we are this character in this universe, and we know that there are versions of us simultaneously happening somewhere. And in some level, this is true. It is true in the same level that we perceive reality, humanity perceives reality as matter and time and space and characters, the self-identification, the entire illusion. So if you believe the illusion of the self, of the character, of where you are in your story, of course you will acknowledge that this character is living in some kind of a universe. Of course it does. This is only a continuance. It continues this line of thinking, but it continues the mistake. It continues this line of thinking of the illusion itself. And if you follow this line of thinking, it is very rational to believe this concept. And just as you believe physics laws that apply on this reality, and you believe that an hour has passed, or 20 minutes, or you believe everything in the illusion, and your body, that you have some pain in your body and you believe that this is you hurting, or anything else. So you believe this concept of, and it's a more evolved concept, because seemingly to believe in parallel universes is more evolved, because you don't just think that this is the only reality that there is. So you are more evolved than other people who believe that this is the only thing that is, and you are more evolved because you believe that this is not the only place, you are not the only version. There are countless, endless versions of this character and other storylines and things you cannot even try to imagine, endless possibilities all at once happening inside the moment. And this is a very beautiful thought, and it is true in the illusion, just like everything else is true in the illusion, through the illusion, by believing in the illusion. In the illusion there is a character, which is you, and you experience and express a storyline. It is a thread of a storyline in countless threads, and this is not the only storyline, it's not only yours, this is not who you are. And there is a point of view, of viewing the illusion. This is the only thing and the only way to try to explain why we see only such a fraction of reality of what is, through this veil. It's not a good word, because you do see something. You see it. It's right in front of your eyes. This whole nothingness, this whole thing, this sacred thing, it's not hiding behind any veil. It is here. It is this. It's like looking at something and not recognizing it directly. So the thing is like something is wrong with your eyes, and the interpretation from the eyes to the brain, if you believe you have a brain. So this understanding of what is this thing, what this is, this narrow thread that you identify with, this narrow thread that humanity identified as itself, herself, the self-identification, is the only way this thing looks at itself. So this is why it's so unbelievably important, each point of view, each one of you, each expression. It's invaluable. It's so much responsibility, and now if people knew what they are and how much responsibility they have, I think it would overwhelm them to know. But it hides so beautifully as, oh, I'm just this character, I'm from a small town, not too many people know me, so I'm not so important. Yes, you are everything, you are this thing. This is what it looks like. This is the only way it looks like. And all these parallel universes, let's say you are living in a small town and you are working in the library and you don't see many people, and you are not married, and you're not so active in your community. And when you think about parallel universes, you think and you know, oh, there is a character of this John who is a rock star and now is performing in Beijing in front of hundreds of thousands of people and is just singing his heart out, and everybody is applauding. And it's the same character, because there are endless possibilities, and the same character expresses endless, countless stories all at once. But actually, it expresses none of them, and this is why it's so rational to realize why it's so logical. Because if it's not expressing, even the librarian, even this small character, isn't really a character, isn't there, isn't doing anything, it's all void. It's not there, so of course that the other parallel universes are also having this same quality of not being, not existing, not expressing. The main ignorance is to think that it does express. You can understand that if you believe that it does express, the librarian and his small town, so of course that all these endless storylines and characters and everything also expresses the same way it expresses itself. They have the same amount of realness in their expression. Your separate thread of a story and the endless possibilities are equally real, just like dreams are equally real as your waking moments. But if you follow this logic and you think, okay, according to this human logic, if I express a character now in this universe, so it's logical that all the others characters in the parallel universes are expressing themselves. I just don't see that. And the reason I cannot see this expression is, of course, that there will be no one to experience or express anything if all the possibilities were just plain to the eye, like no one to interpret, no ability to form an identity, and the identity is what makes the experience. An identity has to be constructed from factors, and you have to be built in a certain way to become a character. So the story should narrow down for you to be able to express it. And if it wouldn't do that, if all the possibilities that are expressing themselves simultaneously as this expression of you would do that, there would be no one or no point of view. How could there be a point of view of something specific when you see everything at once? So you have to narrow it down to a certain point in which the character identifies itself, its history, its appearance, and then it creates some kind of illusion of a story, and then you have a point of view. And in all the other endless, countless universes which are expressing themselves simultaneously, because this is the only moment that exists, also the character inside these parallel universes has an identity. It has a story. It is narrowed down. In each parallel universe, the character is narrowed to some kind of a possibility to express itself as a separate thing from everything. And it has a story. And its story is combined with the endless, countless characters and things that are surrounding her in the parallel universe. So try to imagine this is an appearance of one small story inside of these endless stories, and so many things are combined together just to create this illusion. So imagine these countless universes in which there is a character that expresses a separate entity or something story. And in her story, there are endless, countless, in that universe, phenomena that help her express this beautiful point of view. And this is only another one universe. And so multiply this vastness of expression that has to adapt themselves to each universe, to create the point of view in each universe, and see I don't know. To say that the stars in the sky are endless, it's a joke compared to this thing. Infinity is also a joke compared to this thing, to this. These endless, countless parallel universes has the same realness in them as our universe, as we know it, as our character. No realness in them. So there is no place, vast space, in which these universes exist, scattered. There is no such place. And there is no such time, because to say that something will happen in a parallel universe in the future, it's also very unrealistic, because how can something happen in the future if there is no future? If this thing, its sole purpose is expressing every second is a word, is infinity. A second is infinity in these things, trying to explain what it means, time, no time. It can make life easier for each and every one of you. Not to realize this, because realizing this is knowing who you are, and knowing this silence, this emptiness, this thing that is all this vastness and infinite expressions. But in your daily life, in your character, in your small thread of a universe and your life, bring in the understanding of what you can find comfort in one of these two ways. One, there are countless, endless storylines and characters that you are expressing, you, yourself, now. If you are poor, there is a storyline in which you are rich beyond just all imagination. If you are sick, there is a storyline in which you are so healthy. And I cannot try to explain how many possibilities there are in your thread of a story, this storyline. It can be endless possibilities in your specific storyline, this storyline that you know, that instead of doing this decision, you made this decision and everything is changing. And or somebody that you loved and has died did not. And the whole story changes. Endless possibilities for your character as it is right now in this universe. This is the starting point of these endless possibilities for your unique expression now that you are identifying with as a character. And then you go and just go to the deep side of the water, and the very, very deep side of the water, and you see your character in endless possible ways. And it's becoming not the character per se, like you perceive it. It's versions of your characters. And cannot perceive how many ways there are to express this thing as the point of view which you perceive as your own. So this is one way to think about reality and say, okay, my life is, I didn't want this story. Oh no, I'd rather have another story, another version. Why can't I have this other version of the story? Why did I get this version of the story? Why do I suffer so much? Why did this happen? You can find comfort in the fact that if you believe that you exist right now, every other possibility is happening in an equal amount of realness. It is. And this is what is happening. You are not only this character, you are every possibility that you can imagine, and it is true, and it is happening, and it is in this moment. The only reason that you don't see it, it's like a bug in your eyes. It's a bug. You don't see straight. It is happening right now. And you express this slim thread of a story, but it's not your only story, and it's not the line that you picked for yourself. You picked countless lines of stories, and then this is a great comfort because you can, just let go. You strike in this line of story, it doesn't mean you strike in all of them. It just means you've seen one version, one draft. It is true if you believe that you are a character right now. If you believe that you are a character that lives in the world and in this universe, so it is real that you exist and express yourself in countless, endless ways. Of course, it's not true. And though you cannot see it or experience it, you can find some kind of consolement and comfort in this, knowing that you are not only this story. But the other comfort I offer you is the truth. And the truth is, and has always been, that you are not a character. You are not this slim thread of a story. There are no endless, countless thread of stories of each point of view, and they are all combined together, and they have multiple universes, parallel universes, and together they make this oneness. The truth is, no one is here. Not me, not you, not this air, nothing. This is the truth. We are this thing, and this thing has no identity, no character, and no story. So he cannot exist or experience other parallel universes. He cannot. It cannot. There are no parallel universes. This universe does not exist. You are not the character. The line of story that you are going through, your life, is not happening. Nothing is happening. You are clear, void, emptiness, quietness, bliss, ecstasy, nothing, no time, no space. This is incredible lightness of nothingness. And creation without products, it's pure creation, it's pure thinking power of creation. This is what we are. So identifying with the character will lead you to identify with this concept, and it is real that there are parallel universes that complement and just complete the experience of this one character. But the truth is, this one character has never existed, will never exist, has no other versions, nothing of the sort. This is not what she is. So as long as you identify with the character, this is all true. And it is a comfort to know that this is not the only storyline that you live. This way or the other way, it's not important. The main thing is that you make peace with your character, that you accept your life as they are and work within them the best way you can, because this is the only point of view available right now. It doesn't mean it's the only thing, it doesn't mean it's real, but it does mean it is the only thing in your disposal right now. And you should use it, and you should enjoy it and explore it and take it in the normal perspective and proportion that you have to. Each one of these ways I mentioned, either by believing that you are a character but knowing that this line of story is not your only line of story, or if you choose to believe that or know that you are this emptiness, both ways sets you free to live without the burden, the psychological burden of self-accusation and just asking yourself, why is this my story? It is not your story.